Guys, I'm gonna get right into it today. I read a chapter out of my book that I've been reading this morning. The book is called The Creative Act. It's this right here. The Creative Act by Rick Rubin. It's a pretty interesting book. It talks a lot about art and like creating and everything that kind of goes into it that's subconscious about art, and it's got some interesting unique perspectives on things that you don't necessarily think about, and it talks a lot about how art is just kind of everything. You know, when you say the word art, I feel like a lot of people perceive art as painting or drawing or, you know, sculptures or stuff like that, like stuff you find in a museum. But there's art in like everyday things that we see, and anything that is created comes from your mind is art. It's a form of art. So it just has unique perspectives about that, and it's actually a really interesting book. I'd recommend it if you're someone like me who is interested in that kind of stuff, interested in art and creating and just kind of going in depth into that kind of stuff. It kind of opens your mind to it. But I read this chapter this morning talking about rules and how he related it to painting. He's like, when in a lot of aspects in life, there's already preset notions, right? In painting, if you were gonna go create, right, you go, and 90% of artists will start with having an easel, their painting or their canvas with the wood frame, and then their little paint thing with all the different colors on it, and then their paintbrush, right? Already right there, you're starting within confines. You know, you don't have to use all of that stuff to be painting or to create artwork, you know. But in a lot of people's minds, they're confined in this box, like that, where they associate art with painting, and oh, I gotta have the easel and the canvas and the thing and the paintbrush, right? But right there, it's like basically telling you, open your mind, unlock your mind to different ideas. Don't just be confined in the boxes that are already created. You got to think outside of those, because if you're contained inside these preset notions, these boxes that people create, that other people are creating, then you're always going to be chasing them, because they're setting the standards. They're starting this whole thing, right? They're the trailblazer in this. They're the first one to do it, and so you're kind of following in their footsteps. So how are you ever gonna beat someone when you're just trying to copy what they did, trying to recreate what they did and do it better? But by the time you get to that point, they're already moved on to something else, and no one cares about this anymore, you know? So instead of being inside these boxes and chasing these certain people that you're looking up to, unlock your mind to different things, to different ideas, and be your own creator. Create your own box that other people want to be in. Stop trying to chase other people's dreams. Stop trying to live other people's dreams. Stop trying to achieve other people's goals. Create for yourself. Make your own path. And if you do that, you're going to be the front runner every time. You're going to be in first place your whole life if you're living to your own standards, to your own criteria. You make your own rules. No one else can beat you at your own game. And I thought that was really cool, really unique, because if you do that, there's no way you lose. When you create the rules to your own game, you can't lose. You win every time. So just create. Don't live in confines of other people's minds. Create your own that other people will want to live in, right? And I don't know, I think that's really cool. That's a cool thought, and that's something that I'm starting to incorporate into my own life, and I find it very useful. It's kind of comforting to know that I don't need it. It obliterates the need for other people's reassurance, because you're reassuring yourself because you know that this is what you want. You're not trying to live to please someone else, to impress someone else. You don't need that. All you need to do is impress yourself, right? And I think that's cool. And you just got to make the decision that that's what you want to do, because nothing is going to happen if you don't take action. Nothing is going to, it's just black and white. You either do or you don't. And it's just up to you. Do you want to do that or do you not? So, I don't know about you, but I do. I want to be great. I want to create things. I want to live a life that no one else has. I want to create my own path. I want to go places that no one else has ever been before. And that all starts in your own mind. You got to create that vision, create that path, which takes creativity to come up with that. You got to be able to know what you want, understand it, visualize it, and then act on it. And so if you start taking the time to go into your mind and think about what you want, where you want to become, the type of man you want to be, the type of life you want to live, the type of things you want to make, the type of goals you want to achieve, the more you think about it, the more detail you get, the easier it will be to bring it to life. But again, it all starts with just making that decision in your mind and taking action on it. Don't procrastinate a thought that is good. That was another thing in the book. It was a couple chapters ago. It says if you have like a good idea, act on it. Because nothing will ever come to pass if it's just an idea. An idea is the first step in creating something great. But without action, it's just a thought. It's just something that comes and goes. So you're responsible as the creator. It's part of your obligation to bring it to life and to give it a physical form, which is another cool thing. So anyway, if you find this stuff interesting or helpful, or if it inspires you at all, I really do, what's the word I'm looking for? I do encourage you to read that book. It's a pretty sweet book. I don't think I'm halfway through yet, but it's really interesting. It's got a lot of good insight. It kind of opens your eyes to new ideas. So if you like that, it's called The Creative Act by Rick Rubin. Go read it. But if you made it to this part of the video, I appreciate you. I got lots of other content like this on my channel, a lot more coming. So if you like this, if it helped you, I'd appreciate if you hit a like or subscribe to my channel. And if you comment, I will respond to it. I respond to all comments. So anyway, appreciate you boys. I will catch you in the next one.